Autism, to me, means uniqueness. We get to be unique against the majority of neurotypical people. We get to see the world in a different way and embrace the world in a different way.
It's something that is a part of my life, but it's something that I want to be a part of my life because it's a very good and very positive thing.
They think that everyone which has autism are the same, but just like people, nobody's the same and everyone's different. It doesn't matter if you have autism, everyone's different in autism too.
People who have it are not alone, you shouldn't feel like everyone else is normal and you're weird, because there's so many people who are in the same, who have neurodiversity, and it's a lot more people than you actually realise.
People think with autism people are either silent or they're very expressive. It's a spectrum. People think it's a line. It's a spectrum. So if we go in the line way, people think it's one or the other. That's not the case, or you're in the middle. It's a whole circle. People think it's those set colours, red, orange, yellow, green and blue. For autism, it's like the whole colour palette, that big red circle of all the rainbow colours.
To me, autism means that life is a bit more intense. For example, sounds and smells are bigger. I might think more on a question. I might have skills that other people don't have. However, I will also have weaknesses that are more significant. For example, I struggle in crowds.
I have some sensory sensitivities. For example, clothing. Sometimes the itchy labels, tight sleeves, high necks and 3/4 length trousers are all too much for me and might contribute to feeling more stressed for the day if I'm wearing them.
I have ear defenders because I don't like loud noises, and sometimes I stand on my tiptoes to calm myself down.
Sometimes finding things to say can be challenging for me, or sometimes I want to speak about an interest or hobby that I have, and I always get very, very anxious because I'm like, what if this person isn't actually engaged in the conversation? What if they don't like me?
So, autism to me is kind of like who I am, because if it weren't for my autism, I don't think I would, in fact, no, I wouldn't be like myself as I am at all.
Being autistic means that I feel that I have had passions that I deeply care about throughout my life. I often find comfort in these passions and enjoy watching YouTube videos about them and learning more about them. It's also really nice to have something that I know lots about. And while I might not be able to talk to people about it because they don't find it awfully interesting, I do feel as though knowing lots about it and having something that I can find comfort in really important.
Autism can make a difference. People like Albert Einstein and Charles Darwin could pay attention to little things, think outside the box, and create the world we live in.
Being autistic, it's like a good version of different. You got the people who try and force themselves to stand out, and then it's different being autistic because you stand out easier from the crowd in a good way because you're able to show that you don't have to be like everyone else. You don't need to follow every trend. You don't need to be the same as that one perfect girl in your class. And you don't need to be that star student, but you can just be who you are.